Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to begin. The magic is here. D&D, I cannot wait any longer. Here we are, ready to go. Now, we've got a couple of things to do to start everyone off. Couple of things. Number one, your host of today's game, is Edward Flabberjackson here. Let me also make sure I'm not muted there, so we can talk to everyone else too in the Discord, which is these beautiful people here. Let's talk about these beautiful people, and then talk about the world and the game and everything. Resorty, why don't you tell us about you and your world and your character, and then tell somebody else to go next.
Sure thing. So, hi, I'm Resorty. I'm a Twitch streamer. I obviously do a lot of variety casting, a lot of colony builders, strategy games, that sort of thing. 6 nights a week, sometimes 7. First time in a long time, I have no green screen, which feels very, very strange. My character's name is Asher. He is a monk. I'm not sure he would use that language himself, but that's where he fits inside the 3.5 edition framework. You'll see a lot of unarmed combat, a lot of focus on discipline, a lot of insistence there's a right way to do things, and that tends to be the way that benefits him. It is an evil playthrough after all. Botulism Sauce, how about you? You're up next.
Oh, goody. Hi, everybody. My name's Botulism Sauce. Everybody here calls me Bocce. You are more than welcome to do that, too. I am a sometimes caster. I do a lot of art. In fact, if you have any Poke Your Eyes Out games emotes, I made those.
Yay!
So you're welcome. Hi, everybody. It's really good to see you. I haven't been casting really recently. I've been knuckling down on work and stuff, so it's really, really good to see all of y'all.
Yay!
Yay! I am playing Disastro the Magnificent. He is a gnome sorcerer and completely ridiculous. So I hope you guys are really excited about that. He's like super wicked evil, and I don't even know how it's gonna go. This is gonna be as much of a surprise to me as it is for you. So I've been working on my evil laugh though, so get ready for that. Boone, why don't you go next?
Oh, hey, hell, I'm Boone, over Variety Guy as well. Also here on Twitch, obviously. But I am probably one of the newer to this group here when it comes down to D&D. This is actually my second campaign here that I'm kind of jumping along. First time doing the 3.5, but I have chosen I'm going to be a half-orc fighter by the name of Jarul.
I didn't realize her name was Ja Rule.
No, it's Jarul.
Jarul.
Oh, Ja Rule. Oh, okay.
Jarul. But yes, I consider myself a mercenary, a self-taught mercenary, kind of roaming through the lands. But yeah, it's we'll build it as we go along. I'll throw it to Finn.
Tell us about it, Finn.
You're muted.
You do seem very muted. More muted than your typical...
That's pretty normal. I kind of feeling myself. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Fincher. I'm not actually blind in this eye, just to let you all know. It's, kind of just playing the part here.
Winking eye.
Yeah. So, I'm a sometimes streamer. I guess I have a kind of regular schedule, but I'm also a Twitch staff. Play a lot of EVE Online, spreadsheets. So, hey, D&D fits kind of right into all of that.
Yay!
I'm playing our evil cleric for our campaign, Mr. Maestro Octus, who is fairly young as far as the rest of the group goes, maybe 20 or so, but he was raised up as part of an evil cult who believes that pain is the way to salvation. So please give yourself to pain. Everybody, it will lead you the way. Trust in the pain. Let it consume you.
Ooh.
Because it is enlightening for all of us. We can all become closer together by understanding each other's pain. And I will teach you that way myself, if necessary.
And kittens.
So, my character, yes, and kitties, yeah. My character works for the god of insanity and torture. And he is able to use healing powers specifically because the more he can keep somebody alive, the more he can torture them, if necessary, for the work that his group of people sometimes do to get information and stuff. But also, if they stay alive, that means that they have longer to understand that pain will be their salvation. So that's going to be our character and what we're going to be playing with this one.
Cool.
Maestro Octus.
Maestro Octus. Very wonderful. So again, I'm the DM. For some of you, I understand not everyone that might be watching the stream tonight is quite aware what Dungeons & Dragons is all about. So quick thing here. Due to the nature of the game, sadly, we will not be talking to the chat. I'm sure quite a few of you guys are going to be typing to the chat. Feel free to do that. But we're probably not going to be talking to the chat too much. We're going to be focusing on playing the game, which is all basically done through us talking to each other. So we're going to be really focusing on that. There's a lot of beautiful people out here, and I love them all. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and supporting. You guys are awesome. I'm super excited about this. This is going to be the first of the Evil campaign. A couple of things to talk about before we get going is the world in which all of our evil people have existed in at one point. Absolutely. So the big world that we're living in is called the Land Undying. It's a land that is pretty cursed. Everything here is pretty desolate. Everything's dried up. The moon itself, the sun, what you would call a sun from this land, is more like a full moon. You're pretty much as light as you're going to get out there in this world, in the Land of Undying. This place, in the Land of Undying, no one dies. Which might sound pretty cool, but it actually sucks quite a lot. When you are stabbed for the small morsels of food that you somehow obtained, you just kind of let your guts hang out, and you kind of like try to push them back in, and maybe, it hurts a lot. It sucks. If you get sepsis, if you get a horrible disease, you don't die. It just keeps going. It's not a fun place. If you're diseased in any way, you just keep living diseased, even past the point where you would die. If you were to have a tumor in your eye, it would grow and expand past your face and wouldn't stop. And your brain wouldn't work well either, but you wouldn't be dead. So this place is full of cursed, unhappy people. There's not much growing here in the way of like plants. Any of the animals that might exist here have come through portals or like small cracks in this fabric of this plane. They've come from other places. There's nothing here that really is good. Additionally, here, through this many years of existing here, we've discovered that people that have lived in this land, in the Land Undying, or stepped foot in it, when they leave, they begin to deteriorate. So if you even manage to figure out how to find one of these portals and leave, a few weeks, you would probably die if you don't return back to this horrible, horrible land. Which has set forth what could be called the government in this land, has sort of gotten together, and they're working to break the walls of this reality down so they can get to somewhere else without dying shortly after they arrive. Very important goal. Everyone's behind it. They're very unified. They're very ready to not live here anymore. Through one way or the other, through some testing, through the fact that they needed your skills in particular, these fine people here are joining us. We've got Asher, the monk here, the fist-fighting individual here. We've got Disastro, the sorcerer. We've got Jarul, let's face it, the guy who smashes stuff. And we've got the Maester, cleric, who is enlightened in a way that no one else seems to be. And what they've done is they've set each other, the government has set you guys on a very specific mission. Before sending you through a portal, they've explained to you that they have several sorcerers, wizards, mages standing by to keep this particular rift open. These rifts tend to close and open randomly throughout the land. There's no telling that one would be open or closed at any given moment. But this particular rift, they're sending you through, and then they will hopefully be able to keep open. So when one of them gets tired, another one's going to start joining the chant and keep this rift open using the magic to do that. It's very tiring, and they cannot do this consistently and forever. So get your shit done and get back, is what I'm trying to say. It's not that much of a rush, though. I mean, they'll be able to hold it open for a couple of days here, and the mission that you have should not take a couple of days. Should be much quicker than that. Your mission is to find the corpse of one Chadwin Bremhen. Okay, Chadwin is a long dead priest. Not quite sure how long he's been dead, but he's been dead quite some time. Your goal is to go into the land of, well, I suppose normality, into the light world, and you're going to go there through a portal, and you are to resurrect this guy and bring him back to the land Undying. That is your goal.
What was his name?
His name is
again?
Chadwin Brenhem.
Brenham.
That's right. And your goal is to do this. To help you do this, they've, through the past couple of years, acquired a couple of ingredients and made an elixir. This elixir is going to help you in resurrecting this, because not a one of you actually has the skills and ability to resurrect people. It's a very specialized field, I suppose. So you actually have an ingredients list. To once you're on this, once you're on the light side of the world, you have to get a couple of ingredients to help perform this ritual. You already have the elixir. They've given this to Disastro, because Disastro is the only magically inclined individual here.
I'm good at this stuff.
Your ritual ingredients list goes as follows. You can write those down if you like, or I can just tell you. It is 4 black candles, 6 lavender stalks, like stalks of flowers. It is 6 pounds of meat. Okay. The remains
Any
of
meat?
Chad meat. It just says meat.
Okay.
You need the
So
remains.
I can use resorty meat?
I mean, if you had to. The remains of Chadwin. And 5 liters of divine blood. Fresh. Oh, and 1 robe.
A robe?
Yes, a robe.
I mean, I'm already wearing a robe, so.
You want one that is not being worn, I suppose.
I mean, I am naked underneath the robe, and I don't think anybody wants to see that.
I don't know about that, no. So, yeah, your goal is to get there. Now, Chadwin, they've explained, Chadwin is aware of a particular piece of jewelry that was gifted to someone a long time ago. Around that time, it was stolen, and it is very much believed that Chadwin knows exactly where it is. Okay? Chadwin has this amulet, and the thing, they don't care about the amulet. They care about the stone, the precious stone in there, which they very much believe will help nullify the effects of deteriorating your body once you get in there. Fintaro left.
My Zoom shit is pants.
Well, the cameras are all weird until you get back.
Yeah, it's still kind of right here.
Yeah. Oh, he's just waving through your head.
I'll,
there you go.
I'll be.
He'll be back.
Oh my god.
I'll be.
Oh, there it goes. He's
puppet.
back. He's back. All the cameras in the same spot too, so that's okay.
Everything turned out all
Yeah.
right?
Everything.
Hooray!
Where was I? Oh yeah, he has this amulet, and what they really care about is the precious stone in that amulet. That amulet, the stone in there, has been said to sort of reverse the sort of like deterioration after leaving the Darklands. So if you have this, if you're wearing this amulet, you'll feel better. One of you guys would feel better and stop deteriorating from being out of the Darklands. This is a very important component to creating a spell or some kind of thing that will help them break down the walls and, well, make sure no one dies doing that.
Hooray.
From the land Undying. They don't care how many people die from over here in the Lightland. And that's kind of your goal and your mission. They've kind of shoved you through a portal, a bit of a rift just outside of town. There is a town here nearby. The beautiful town of Windsor.
Windsor.
That's right. Windsor, the beautiful town of Windsor.
Can I ask a question? How is this group executed? How did the 5 of us end up heading out, or 4 of us end up heading out to the world together?
Okay, well, the government had did this widespread, like inviting everyone to come and test their mettle, essentially. And through one process or another, based on what skills you might have, they had you, they had Jarul here fight ridiculously until he was the last one that still had a head. They tested Disastro's aptitude for magic. And
Actually, I probably just snuck in.
you might have snuck in, but they tested you anyway, one way or the other, and they've chosen you for your particular ability to work with to work with the dark arts, and even though you take direction very poorly. They've chosen you, Asher, because you have a certain you can fight. You're definitely quick on your feet, but you also have a certain mentality that they're really hoping for, and that really think they can put you on the other side and you'll do what is asked of you, rather than a lot of people who might get the amulet and run. Speaking of people that might get the amulet and run, Meister Octus, how you doing? They're unsure about you, but they know that your skills in both injuring and healing will come definitely in clinch here. So they're hoping that you over there, they tested you through a lot of different things. Many people that end up in the land Undying lose their faith and lose their ability to work with the divine magics. You're like one of 5 people, and particularly the least mad of those 5 people, and least insane of those 5 people.
I'm insulted.
For some reason, you're double time. I'm gonna meet you there. Okay, cool. Yeah, they've kind of pushed you through there. Another couple of things here I want to point out. I know that the chat can't quite see it here. I can switch on over here to the other screen here for you guys. There you are. You can see a couple of these symbols here in the bottom. These little beholders. Those symbols right there are going to be used for a really cool mechanic we have here in this particular sort of campaign I'm running. These symbols, you get 3 tokens, 3 of them. You can use these tokens to beg chat to help you out. We can put up a poll and talk to chat. So, like, let's say Boone here is about to kill something and he's rolled poorly. He can use one of those tokens to beg chat to help him out. So then chat will decide yes or no. Does he succeed with this hit or does he fail with it? It doesn't have to be the hit, it doesn't have to be like a fighting hit. It can be a decision. It can be a world situation. I'll decide what's being voted on entirely. But the chat will be able to help with that. Those tokens are usable at you guys' discretion. You can use them as much as you want or as little. And as we play, every time at the end of the night, I'll try and reward one of those tokens back out to somebody. So that you guys can, keep getting more. Starting with 3 of them, you may do that there as well.
So the key is making sure chat likes us enough to have a favorable outcome.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. If chat is feeling sassy, can you say no? The thing is, you're voting. It's absolutely you guys' choice. That's the entire point. Anyway,
if you
again,
want to see us fail, let's do it.
Right? Right? That's the risk you have of doing that. So, I think that covers all the stuff I wanted to talk about. Do you guys have any questions about the world or the situation at hand? No? Cool.
I didn't hear the question. Sorry, you cut out a little bit for me.
Oh, I was just asking if you had any questions or anything you wanted to know about.
I have one question.
Yeah, what's up?
How come I'm the only one without a beard?
We could paint one on you. I think it might be glandular. I think Resori wanted to get rid of his. We could ask him to put it in an envelope and maybe.
You're not the only one without the beard. I'm the one without the beard.
What?
No, in real life.
What's this real life you speak of?
It's just fantasy.
Pain is real life.
I'm over here starting in the town of Windsor. I don't know where you are.
Your existence is pain. You just haven't embraced it yet.
Oh, he's
I have
ready.
a
Teaches
beer.
us.
He's ready.
I have a beer.
He's ready. Okay, so they've kind of they haven't given you too much information other than he's dead, he's a priest, he's probably in some sort of catacomb or place where they keep bodies that matter, I suppose. And you are put right outside of the town of Windsor, a reasonably decent sized town, where he is supposed to be buried or put away.
The buttress of Windsor.
Buttress of Windsor. Nice.
I got it.
So yeah, you're kind of like in like kind of like a tree, like foresty area with trees and bushes, you know, kind of out of prying eyes. Yeah, I mean, suppose you could jump right into town. You can discuss exactly what you guys want to do.
I want to hiss at the trees.
Can you roll an intimidation check, please?
Okay. Let's see here. Can I roll intimidation?
Oh dear.
I don't think this is gonna go well.
You rolled 20. That's whatever you rolled plus your stuff. That's not that 20.
Yeah.
You rolled 17 plus 3. The trees quiver in the wind.
Take that, trees.
It's actually probably for most of you, it's been a long time since you've seen trees. So as you come through this portal, a lot of things happen all at once. You come through, and for a moment, everything seems kind of okay, and then you're hit with immense nausea.
Oh.
You kind of want to give up your entire life as you vomit out of your face. That would be if you had anything to vomit. Most of you haven't eaten in years. So you just kind of dry heave in a horrible awfulness.
Yay!
And additionally, this is much brighter than you've been existing in for the past however long you've been in this land. Every one of you, I suppose, would have a different amount of time that you've been there. Some of you slipped through a rift, or some of you have been sent there eons ago when they used to use that land as a sort of prison. But anyway, so as you've come through here, your eyes are not adjusted to the brightness, and so it's quite bright, very hard for you to see. It takes a bit of time for you to I don't know, exist in this land. The transition takes a couple minutes, for sure. But yeah, you guys, I suppose, want to head into the town and discover what's what. Do you have any game, any plans for you guys selves? You know, like any action plans? Want to look
I
for?
want to eat something.
You all do. In fact, they actually
wanna
gave
eat a
you
lot.
small bits of food that you came over with.
I don't want to eat that gross shit. I want to eat
Fair
real
enough.
food.
All right, real food. Yeah, so you set off in quest to get real food. You can get some from the city. You can hunt some frickin' right now. You know, you just start eating leaves.
Yeah, I totally just start eating. I like eat dirt and leaves and like
You
whatever.
just grab whatever looks like edible to you.
I can't remember what food is. So I'm just like, is this food? Oh, no, I'm not. No, is this food?
It all tastes better than what you're used to eating. Let me tell you.
That's true.
So yeah.
Yeah, I really have no plans. I just want to. I'm not a plan maker, but I'm definitely here to support the group.
You're a follower.
I'm a strength. I'm using my strength.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I mean, there must be some
do
reason we were sent here, so I think it's sensible to start heading towards the town.
Towards the town.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They did say that was they were putting you right next to the place that they assume is the spot you need to be.
Yes, I'm already walking.
Well, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are heading on that way. I mean, unless
I'm
you
leaving you guys behind. Later, losers. I'm going to town.
unless you guys have a very particular like reason to like screw with people, just leave it. Just leave it on your forehead, you doof.
You don't have to wear it.
That was 100% your choice. We need some more resorty volume. Apparently, we need some more louder resorties.
Bring up the Rizzo. Oh my god. I have to be really
All right,
careful,
look
actually. where I keep my head, because his hat's going all over the place.
All right. Yeah, please do continue with comments like that. It really does help us dial in exactly. Everyone's from different places and different systems, and everyone has different audio. It really does help us make an awesome stream if you guys tell us stuff like that. That being said, we'll probably not respond to most of what you guys say unless somebody would like to type to them, which is awesome. Oops, I should really turn that off. Thank you so much for the sub, Reno. But I won't respond to them today. But I forgot, in the background, I have like my sub alert behind everything. And it just went in front of all your videos, but not in front of like the overlay.
Oh, I see it.
I thought I turned that off. I failed to not.
Nope.
Let me, where's that? I gotta click the button. All right, so you guys start heading into town. Yeah. Thank you so much. They start heading to town. And it's unless you guys want to do something to like upset the universe around you, which I'm sure you guys aren't really interested in yet.
I want to break a stick.
You nailed it. I'm not going to make you roll. The first stick you found, which was really not that far away from the portal, you come across and you viciously ruin the stick. You all question your world around you and are worried about it.
I stopped dry heaving long enough to squish a stick.
So you guys head into town. You get there. No one's really stopping you. You guys are drab and probably don't smell very well. But yeah, no one's really stopping you from coming to town. There's no like border check where they demand your passports and papers or anything like that. Do we have any place you guys want to check first or go to, or I know you guys are you all hungry oriented?
Yeah, food, please.
Yes,
food.
All
right. You're coming through the main area, the easiest route to get in, and right there, smack dab, there's a marketplace. I mean, there's freaking cabbages, there's carrots. Behind them is like inns that serve food. There's like all kinds of places all over. There's freaking food everywhere. More food than you've seen in a long time.
I want something on a stick.
They sell kebabs.
I want a turkey leg.
Okay, cool. You do have money. Unless you want to pay.
I choose not to pay.
I don't really.
You just go up and eat the food.
I just want the food.
Right. As you're eating the food, they're like, "Whoa, hey, excuse me, you've got to pay for this."
I look up and stare him down.
You want to do an intimidation check? All right, intimidate with your intimidation check. See how beefy your stare is. Roll that out there. He's rolled an 18. Here, bam. 18.
Why can't I see that? I can't see it in the chat. The Roll20 chat.
You should. It's right there. I don't know why it wouldn't be. But
Very
anyway,
strange.
he's rolled an 18. Try a refresh. Or make sure that you're on the chat icon instead of the character sheets.
That might be it.
Yeah, I still don't see nothing.
Oh, you sent it just to me.
Yeah, when I pressed the button, it just only sent it to you.
Oh, it sent it only to me. That's why. There you go. Nailed it.
So, I think that's what happened to me too. So I don't know how to make it so it sends to everybody.
I don't know how to do that either.
Whatever, it's fine.
Either way,
I don't care.
I rolled an 18.
Yeah, either way, he rolled an 18. So that 18, you've bothered this guy pretty heavily, and he's decided the price of a better business is letting you continue eating. However, they seem confident that they can stop Disastero. So they're definitely like they're gonna handle you. They're moving in to like physically stop you.
Okay, and I'm still eating, and can I do like a dodge or something?
Like you can do a reflex save.
I just want to kind of slip out of their fingers.
All right, do a reflex save.
Reflex. Where's reflex?
It's on the character stats section.
It's in my stats. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Stats, please.
Just want to let you know this turkey leg is damn amazing.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
bet it is.
Is it?
So good. I
So
haven't
good.
had this in a
Oh,
long
crap.
time.
Yeah, I mean, they grab you and restrain you. They're not going
And
to
then
let
I
you.
start squeaking.
You continue to squeak as they remove you from the food cart.
Ah!
Resorty, you were saying something?
Yeah, I'd like to slide in there and offer to pay. I realize the situation here is getting out of hand. We're new in town. We're mere travelers, only attempting to find our way here. My friend meant no trouble at all. Please, how much do we owe?
He's the cart man. He's eyeballing you guys pretty hard and goes,
Ah!
"You can take this entire box. 7 gold. It's all dirty now."
Box of what? What was it? Box of what?
It was sort of like a small box of kebabs.